We've just taken a look at several different scenarios where we might approach having data trees, either by components already generating data trees based on their default inputs, or as a result of operations that we do and the inputs that we bring into components. We can manipulate data streams by, for example, grafting them to create a branch from each of the items in the list. We can also do all sorts of other operations by combining different lists and data trees into components. All of the things that we talked about with data matching in the list chapter also apply to data trees. We can use all of the components here in sets list to work on all the different lists of the data tree at the same time. And we have a whole nother area of components here in sets tree that allow us to operate on paths and different parts of the data tree. There's a lot more to look at here, and we're going to be exposing some of it in the subsequent chapters. Now that we know something about data trees, we can start to build up the kinds of things that we can do and eventually get more complex. Finally, I have modified a little bit this previous exercise and I've added something else here. I encourage you to give a try to some other of the components we might find here in mesh triangulation. Here I've now combined this with a mesh triangulation Delaunay edges, and you see here that we actually are just connecting the points that are on the same list. Here, this is just a branch with the points that are within L, a branch for the points that are within U, etc. And it connects them all together, but it doesn't connect from one letter to the next. If this was not separated out by the different letters, if we didn't have different branches, then we'd connect throughout everything. For example, here, I could do something like sets tree, flattened tree, which is the opposite of grafting. It removes all of the structure of the data tree. And if I did that, then you'd notice that all of this connects together because the component now sees one list of points and it starts connecting it together. When the component sees a data tree, it will connect the separate groups of points. Here, we're not really manipulating the geometry so much. It's really all about manipulating how that geometry is organized. This is what data trees afford us.